Hey everyone! So we're excited to get back to the studio next week. I decided that for this week's virtual or your pre-recorded class that we would just do a general class. I think, instead of learning some more stuff for your dances online, we'll just wait until we get back in the studio next week. All of your dances are moving along really great. So if you've been watching them and learning them, you should be okay. So today we're just gonna do a little bit of technique, some stretching, a nice fast warm up, and then when we get back into the studio next week, we will continue to work on your dances. So if you haven't watched, taken a look and tried to break down, learn a little bit of your dance routines, I really highly encourage you to do that this week before you come back to the studio, because it's gonna make everything go a lot smoother. We're looking to get your recital done by the end of the month. So that really only leaves us with 3, maybe 4 weeks to work on everything. So the more that you know when you come back, that's gonna help your teachers out. So let's get started. So we're gonna do a nice warm up, spread out, find a place to stretch on the floor. We're gonna do a nice long stretch, and then we're gonna do some active stretching, which is something that we don't really do a lot in the studio, and I'd like to implement that a little bit more this year. And what active stretching is instead of just going over into a leg hold and holding it, it's a stretch that forces you to use both your lower muscles and your upper muscles. So it's strengthening and elongating your muscles so that you can do those high kicks and have control, or do those nice big leaps or jumps and have control. So if you're not doing active stretching, you may not be getting the full amount of stretch in, and you may not be able to do some of the tricks and some of the more technical stuff that you want to learn. So this is going to help you with all of that. So let's get started. Again, let's spread out. I'll put on some music. Let's go overhead. Try to focus on keeping your opposite legs, hips down, so your butt should be touching the ground.
We both find ourselves alone again. Oh, 'cause when you're in your time, you can get that from everyone else. You don't have to prove nothing. You can just be yourself. When you're in your time, we can get that from everyone else. We don't have to prove nothing.
Pull your body over to the outside of your leg.
Oh, we don't have to prove nothing. Yeah, when you're in your time. Oh, we don't have to prove nothing. Oh, when you're in your judgment.
Remember, keep that opposite butt cheek down on the ground, okay? If you're pulling up, you're not going to get the correct stretch.
We have a lot of yes. Look at it deep. Yo no sé dónde la guía. Si eso no me ha partido, ya no me partiré nunca. Si puedo soportar lo que siento,
Pull it to the outside.
porque me estoy cayendo. You stood up, you laid me down. You know so much, I can't be proud. I still really, really love you. Yes, I do.
Good, let's bring it down the middle.
But I still
So really roll those hips
love you.
forward. Your hips should be forward, okay? So the inner thigh is rolling towards the ground. Your butt's kind of coming up. Keep your back straight. We're going to just roll it down. Remember, keep those toes pointed up or to the back. Try to get that belly button down to the ground. That's your goal.
No, I'm not hiding me.
As you take deep breaths, relax your groin muscles. They're going to be tense right here, okay? Take deep breaths and relax those muscles. Try to de-tense them.
Look at
That's going to help you stretch further.
Yo no sé dónde llegaría. Si eso no me ha partido, ya no me partiré nunca. Si puedo soportar lo que siento, porque me estoy cayendo. ¿Acaso
Good. Let's bring it in. Shake your legs out a little bit.
You stood up, you laid me down. You know so much.
Music's still a little bit too loud. All right, so now we're going to do a stretch for a split.
Yes, I
So if you're in the little kid class, you might probably haven't done this stretch before, but feel free to try doing this stretch. You're going to take your right or left leg, put it behind you, okay? And keep that toe pointed down. So you're going to feel this stretch here, okay? Your front leg comes out in front, keep your leg pointed, and we're just going to go down and hold. As you're holding, you can take your back leg and try to slowly extend it out. That's going to get you more into a split position. So the further you can extend it out, the more you're successful you're going to be when you try to go down into your split.
not to be saved, loves to be chased, and getting flowers when it rains. Give me something, something to die for when I'm young, someone who cares when I'm not there, and
Good. So now we're gonna take your front leg, bend it in, and then take your back leg, extend it out. Keep your toes pointed. Try to keep that back leg straight. You're gonna go down, fold over. Feel this stretch in your butt cheek a little bit. Hip flexor. Sit up, take your hand, grab behind you and pick up that back leg. Okay? Pull that in towards you. You're gonna feel a big stretch on your hip flexor again on the front. Once you get comfortable with that, you can use that leg to pull your body back. This is gonna give you a nice arch in your back and help strengthen your flexibility in that direction. This is good for those scorpion holds where you pick your leg up and stand up on cheerleaders do it. Good. Alright, so now it's time for your split. So whatever leg you were stretching out with in front earlier, that's the leg we're going to go down into our split right now. So I have my front leg out, my right leg, so I'm going to go down right. Go on your knee. This is a good way to start. You have a lot more control and you can kind of go down slower. Put your arms out in second, and you're just going to slowly slide down. Now, when it starts to hurt really bad, you can put your hands down, but what I'd like you to do is hold it. So if you are here, right, not very far down, you gotta put your hands down. I want you to extend that back leg and hold it. And then what's gonna happen is gravity's gonna slowly pull you down and your muscles are gonna relax and you're gonna be able to get that stretch further. So wherever you go down, hold it with your body upward, arms out if you prefer. Bring it down, let's hold it down. A good stretch right now is to roll inward. And that's going to stretch your hip flexor. All right, we'll move on to our active stretching. So for our active stretching, we're basically going to be elongating and stretching all sides of our muscles. So now that we're nice and flexible on the bottom sides, doing our splits, doing our leg holds, we're going to strengthen our upper muscles a little bit more than we normally do. So, first thing I'd like you to do is go into first position. And we're going to do this with both legs. Essentially, we're going to be kicking our leg up to about diagonal, or 90 degrees. And we're going to gradually add on the amount of time and the amount of activity up in that hold. So we're going to go do it to the front, to the second, or out to the side, and then out to the back. We're going to do the same thing on our left. And we're going to add up some things to it, again, to kind of strengthen that muscle. So this is going to be a little bit exhausting. You should feel tired after this. And if you do, then you're doing it right. If you don't, then you're probably going to try a little harder next time. All right, so I'm going to get us on with a beat. Here we go. So we're going to first point it out in front and up. You hold your hand to the side. Out second. Good. We're going to kick it up and down. Up and down. Make sure to point your toes at the top and hold it for a split second. We're going to flex it, point, and down. So kick up, flex, point, and down. Flex, and down. Flex. Good. Now we're going to go up and pulse too. So up, up, up. Up, 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 in and down. Good. So you should feel tired a little bit right now. We're going to go out to the right now, out to the side. Same thing, 7, 8. We go out and in. Out and in. Out, in, in. Good. We're going to go up, up, and down. Up, and down. Use your core muscles to really suck those muscles up. Good. Go up, flex, point, and down. Up, flex, point, and down. Use control. Flex, point, one more. Flex, point. Now go up and you're going to pulse it. Up, up. You may not be able to get it as high. That's okay. Up. Up, up, up. Bring it down. Good. You should feel it in your opposite leg, that base leg. Feel it kind of tight in your butt cheek. All right, and to the back. Point, in. Point, in. Point. Turn to the side a little bit. Good. Up and down. This one's going to be a little easier, but again, focus on not leaning forward. Keep your body upright. Good. Point, flex, point, and drop. Point, flex, point, and drop. Point, flex, point. Good. Up and pulse. Up, 2, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's do that with our left leg. Same sequence to the front. 5, 6, 7, 8. Point out and in. Out, in, out. Good. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Point and flex. Point, flex, point, and down. Point, flex, point, and down. Point, flex. One more. Good. Up and pulse. Up, 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 up. 5, 6, second. Here we go, and out. In, out, really focus on pointing that foot. Out, 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 and down. Up, and down. Keep that toe pointed. Keep your leg turned out. Flex. Flex, point, and down. Point, flex, point, and down. Point, flex, point, one more. Point, flex, point, and down. Good. Pulses. This should be harder on this side. Good. You should feel it in your quad, feel it in your butt. Out to the back. 5, 6. Here we go. And point. In. Point. And you'll notice I'm not very strong on my left. And that's okay. I also don't have a very good point in my foot. That's just how I'm built. So it's okay if you're not perfect. We're going to go up. Up. And up. And up. Up. Good. Point, flex. Flex. Point. And down. Point. Flex. Point. And down. Point. Flex. Point. And down. Point. Flex. Good. Bring it up and pulse it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Shake out those legs, stretch it out. All right, so I'm going to turn the music down. Okay, so that's going to be class for today because it looks like I'm actually over time for what they'll allow me to put on YouTube. So do this stretch. If you can, watch this video, if you can, every day up until next week when we return to class. Because I know we're probably not all being super great at making sure that we flex every day, or that we stretch every single day. So if we go over, make sure we watch this video in particular and do our stretches every day, we can get back into where we were, hopefully, before we left. And once again, watch your recital dances. I know it's hard to learn virtually. I know it's hard to understand learning it from a video. But if you at least are watching it and trying to do some of it, what you can get, it's going to help when we get back into class. Because we're going to not have a whole lot of time once we get back. We also have some rehearsals planned, but we got to have time for our individual classes and perfect those dances. So when we get together to rehearse, we don't have any issues. We don't have to stop class and try to work, break things down and reteach stuff because we'll have other classes in here working on stuff. So I miss you. All of us miss you. We're excited to get back. And again, we apologize that this hasn't been the greatest online experience. We've learned so much in this past couple months here. We've found some other softwares that we can use. So if this happens again next year, which hopefully it doesn't, we will be a little bit better prepared. So we look forward to seeing you next week. If you have questions, give us a call, give us a text, give us an email. Let us know what you think. If you aren't planning on returning or you're not planning on coming back to class in the studio, but you would like to still watch the recordings of your dances, make sure to let us know so that we can be prepared of how many people are going to be in class, and we can let our teachers know about who's all going to be there and whatnot. So yeah, have a good Memorial Day weekend, guys.